Hello and welcome to Bengaluru and this special discussion on that hot topic of the hour or of the month, demonetization. We're joined by young students from the Garden City College of Bengaluru and also people from both sides of the political divide, the Congress, the BJP, and also from a citizens group as well. Let's just start this time with the students. I'll just get some quick reactions to their entire thoughts on monetization as young urban students from Bengaluru. What do you think? Do you think it was a good idea or a bad, or somewhere in between?
It was a good idea, but it was focused on the black money which rich people are having. But we middle class people are suffering from it, and especially students are suffering a lot from it.
You're paying the price for...
Yes.
What about your thoughts?
According to the figures, it's exactly 1% of the total money which has been seized is black money. So for that 1%, it's a very tough price that we are paying. I mean, I'm really short of cash. I had just 30 rupees today morning and I lent some money from my friends. So, and what I don't understand is 2000 rupees is fine to be in the ATM, but have a lot of 50 rupees notes into the ATM or do something about it, the lesser denomination, hundreds, make a 200 available. What's wrong in it?
Okay.
The initiative is really very good, but the thing is that it's not properly planned. People are standing in queue, they're facing problems. India is really suffering from this.
India is standing in queues really,
but
yes.
the intentions are really very good, but it's not properly planned.
People didn't have change to buy like milk, chocolate, water bottles. It's very difficult for like
I like
students
your
and
priorities,
everything.
milk and chocolate and water bottles.
Yeah,
I like your priorities.
Food and people are like,
Yes,
it's like it's a daily based thing that people use.
Yes.
But
Yes.
poor people will do it. What is the use of 2,000 rupees for them? They don't spend so much.
2,000 rupees is a dead note,
Yes.
a dead note for many people. Yes. Any other thoughts from the students?
Recently, we have seen a news. I have seen a news where they have shown that the students are standing in the queue of SBI ATM because the owner of the rent, the students, the owners of the house are asking rent in cash. So they have been like, it's shown that they are studying in the queue itself. So it's really difficult for the students who have to appear their
Students spending their time in order to get cash for the rent. Now, yes.
Banks for many, like if you are going for 2 or 3 times, they are telling we are out of cash. But then we have seen that there are cash, but they're keeping it for some specific people, but they're not giving it to the common people. There has been a lot of times, even I personally have faced
You
this
felt that as well.
I don't know. I come from a rural part of Bangalore, and I've really seen people struggle. So that is the people where people are not much into. They're not really digitalized yet.
Yes,
Those are the people
yes.
who are.
Yeah.
For students, to some extent, we can use some of the online platforms also. Where still it is possible. But still, for those people who don't even have an access, those are the people who are really suffering. And
Now, Tejas Surya of the BJP youth wing here in Karnataka, we have the lines like, it means well, the intention is good, but everybody here has spoken about the problems. Now, the BJP is really the parent of demonetization. Did you expect this much backlash, really?
Backlash? I don't think it's a backlash. I think it's a very temporary, short-term problem that all of us are facing. And I think these short-term pains that all of us are facing, including me and including the BJP cadres around the country, I think this was very well expected. I think the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister in the very first day when he made the announcement of demonetization said that there is going to be a short-term pain.
How short is short term? How short is short term? Rizwan Arshad of the Congress here, he's president of the youth wing.
I want to just...
We'll give somebody else a chance also.
Yes. Tejasvi Surya was just telling this is a minor inconvenience. One of my friend here was telling that the students were studying in the queue. Not only they were studying, one girl committed suicide because she could not pay the college fee on time. A 2-month-old baby died in the hands of her mother because she was standing in the queue. A 4-year-old small kid died in hands of his father because he wanted money to take him to the hospital. It's not, I'm not exaggerating. More than 100 people have lost their life for this minor inconvenience.
These are sad stories, but I hear you groaning about this, yes.
The reason is because, many of these stories, including which has come in many reputed national dailies, are later said, verified to be untrue.
No.
So, I can't give these, stories cannot be given an authenticity.
what
to
has
this.
happened, Maya,
However,
in this
no,
whole
Maya,
demonetization
now, I want to
exercise,
ask-
you have sucked out the blood from the body and you have not infused the new blood.
Of course, the new
So, you
Blood sucked from the body, new blood not
Maya,
infused.
One second. The 86% of 86% of the existing currency was taken away. If you infuse 86% of the money that you have sucked away from the system back, then what is the point of conducting the exercise? Therefore, you know, if somebody is under the impression, one second, if somebody is in the impression that all the cash that is taken away from the system will be put inside the system in cash, they're wrong. It's going to
will you
we are
not give it back to
transforming
them? It is our fundamental right.
One second,
You
this one I don't
feel
know
that you will not give that back money to
it's
them?
going to be
When you take it
Yes,
back
yes,
from
you have
us,
a
will
point you would like to make, yes?
Your money in the bank, is it
They're
gone
putting
from
the main concept like
I
why
mean,
all this happening is for the main poor person, any middle or rich or it can be any poor person. It's happening for the betterment of us. So before taking such a big step, at least one time he should have at least asked what is the opinion of normal public.
I think his
Regarding
fear
this.
probably was that the opinion would be, let's quickly get our black money into safe places.
Yes, and
Mr. Harish of BPAC, the Bengaluru Political Agenda Committee, your thoughts on this? We've heard, even when people say it's a good idea, it's followed with a but, except from the BJP, of
I
course, it's
agree
followed
that
with
it's
a
a
but.
good
yes.
idea. But I told you, the three words: reform, perform, transform. Performance is not happening, and a long-term gain cannot be a substitute for the short-term pain. The short-term pain is what the people feel. The pulse of the problem is at the short-term pain. You should see their students felt difficulty in November because some of them they could not pay their exam fees because they didn't have change. Colleges were not taking the thing because you allowed only government colleges to receive the money and not the private college. In government colleges, the fee is nominal. You allowed government hospitals to receive where there is free treatment. You will only pay 10 rupees at the outpatient, but it is in the private hospitals where their discharge of 30 patients was postponed. 40 operations were postponed because people could not bring in the deposit money, which has to be done in cash.
This
and a lot of
is
them
a
didn't have the
reality.
cards.
It does seem as if this was not really thought through. In many ways, it was not thought through.
Maya, this whole exercise of demonetization, though the announcement was sudden and took people by surprise, the government over the last 2.5 years had made efforts to ensure that there was an infrastructure put in place through, ensuring that people had Jandan accounts. There were Aadhaar, seeded with the accounts.
Jandan accounts, unfortunately, stayed empty, but they only began to fill up, I think, after demonetization was announced.
The unbanked started to come inside the banking system. Banks and mobile phones were seeded. Aadhaar cards were seeded with their bank accounts. People were given RuPay debit cards. People were encouraged to resort to digital payments.
So you think that was the advanced planning?
No, no.
That was the planning going into...
If the government had done this, Maya,
Yes,
think
that
about this.
does seem to
Maya,
be. We
think
started
about
with black
this.
money, now we're going to demonetization. Yes, yes.
More bank
85%
accounts has
of
been
the
opened in
banned
this
currency is back to the banks. 85% of the banned currency is back to the banks before the deadline. And till the deadline, definitely the more currency will come in. Here they need to save the face that what was the short-term pain and what was the long-term gain. So they are telling we are shifting it to the digital currency. Simple reason, Maya. The note printing
To try
capacity.
and-
Note printing.
We'll just get some more thoughts from the students. Say yes.
It was not sudden. The announcement was not sudden. The New Indian Express has an article about a Gujarati daily where it was printed on the 1st April 2016 that the Prime Minister is aiming... Yeah, it was taken as a prank, but it is a full-page article and it's there in Gujarat. Now, wait. No, see, satire must be banned. How is it? No, wait, just a second. How is it that the Prime Minister is from Gujarat and his state has a vernacular daily printing that 500 and 1,000 rupee notes will be banned? On what grounds are you going to defend yourself? On April 1st. That doesn't mean it's not serious. So if you're resorting to generic cultural humor to defend your party's actions, your party has a 550 crore rupees wedding in Bangalore while I was standing in queues trying to get money. Oh really? So Janardhan Reddy is not a BJP member. He's not a BJP member. He's not. I'm pity people like you. You can turn this into a political fiasco. All you guys want. The fact is, oh really? I'm young too. I was sick. I couldn't go to college for almost a week.
I am here condemning the vulgar absurdity.
Are you condemning? What exactly?
This on record here.
What exactly are you condemning? You're condemning.
Absurd vulgarity of obscene wealth that was.
You will have to. You have no option.
Why?
You're being recorded.
So?
If you stand for your party member, the people are gonna look at you with a weird eye. Hello, BJP spokesperson. We're not idiots. I'm a student of journalism. You take 86%
Janardhan Reddy's
of
daughter's
currency.
wedding still
No, you
coming in
take
for a lot of
86%
feedback.
the
I mean, a lot of
currency
discussion has been there
out.
on
And you
that
ask
wedding.
us to survive on what?
Justify that kind of an obscene, vulgar display of wealth. I'm condemning it because I'm condemning it because not because I'm from the region, but because as a young man.
Then why don't you suspend Sriramulu?
That kind of wedding display is wrong.
Why don't you suspend Sriramulu, who is your party MP, standing side by side, organizing all these hundreds of crore rupees? One driver committed suicide, and he said his boss, the officer, converted 100 crore rupees for Sriramulu and Janardhan Reddy to conduct this wedding, and you have not suspended Sriramulu as your own party MP. What is the problem, Maya? We'll not put you into difficult question. What is the problem is they have withdrawn 2,100 crore rupee, crore bills, 2,100 crore at one stroke in November 8. Okay, what is the printing capacity in our country? 300 crore bills. So when you have withdrawn 2,100 crore bills, printing capacity of 300 crore, you'll take 7 months to bring back the normalcy.
Yes. We'll take a short break now on this show. But clearly the wedding of Janardhan Reddy's daughter, with estimated to run into hundreds of crores of rupees, that wedding is still raising temperatures here in Bengaluru, where that wedding was held, coming at it at a time of demonetization. After a short break, we'll be back.